It's time for Veterans Issues, the show that brings you information about veterans, military, and their family. Now here's your host, Ken Rollins.
Welcome to Veterans Issues. Ken Rollins here. In today's show, you'll recognize my guest when you see her. She was on here a few weeks ago. Her name is Vonda Easley. She was the Hope Journey, and we're going to be talking about the Southern Gospel Weekend. And she brought with her an Oxfordian, someone from Oxford, Pat Barker, and he used to sing with the Trammell Quartet. We're going to be back to talk more about that. Be right back. Stay where you are. Get a pen. Welcome back into Veterans Issues. Today's guest is Vonda Easley, Pat Barker, and we're going to be talking about the Southern Gospel Weekend and some other event. And we appreciate you tuning in with us. And as we do it every week, we're brought to you by the Kia stores. And the sale of 20% thing is over with this week. So we'll be talking more about what they've got coming up at the Kia stores in South Quintard and up in Gadsden. So welcome to the show, Pat Barker.
Good to be here, Ken. Absolutely.
Good to see you.
Absolutely.
Hey, Ken.
Hey, guys. No, and me and Pat say, hey, and you say,
Hey, y'all.
I mean, if there's more than one person, if it's just one person, is it still, hey, y'all?
It is. It's always y'all.
I know that's yours. That's your brand. Hey, y'all. You ever notice that?
Oh,
that,
yeah.
Gets irritating.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Hey,
Oh,
y'all.
No, she could never be irritated.
Pat, we know about Vonda. You're locally, I said, from Oxford.
Yeah, I'm from Oxford. Grew
Born
up
and
here.
reared in.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but what all did you do here?
Oh, goodness. What all did I not do?
Oh, well, let's talk about the legal part. No. Now, you was with the Trammell Quartet.
I was with Mark Trammell Quartet for about 5 years. Before that, I was with the Dixie Echoes. That's one of the few times where I did not live in Oxford. I moved down to Pensacola, Florida for a couple of years to be with them.
I didn't know that. You were the Dixie Echoes?
I was, yeah. Randy Shellnut and all the Dixie Echoes.
The
Yeah.
one and only.
Oh, my goodness. See, I go back to the Happy Goodman Vestal and them when they first started.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people don't know why Vestal sings so loud. Do you know the story?
I know
PA
that
system
she
went out in
didn't
Texas.
sing loud before.
Went out, the PA system was out. Didn't have one in Texas in a tent. So they just said, what are we going to do? They told us, we got to have the travel expenses to get in. So you just got to sing loud, Vestal. So she started singing loud, liked it, went on like that, and
Yeah,
loud
she had
was
a
good.
very soft voice in the beginning, not a loud one.
Loud's not good for everybody.
Yeah,
but it
she
worked
took care
for
of
her.
that.
It
It worked
did.
for her.
She
Absolutely.
did. I just love that.
I liked
used
her
to go-
hairstyle.
Yeah.
You ought to do that.
She had some hair now.
I'm gonna try
all
that.
of them did.
Yeah.
Dottie Rambo, all of them. They had hair, buddy. I mean, that was. But that was a hair day,
Yeah.
Farrah Fawcett had hair.
She did.
But it was hers.
Right.
That's the only difference.
Well, if you go buy it at Walmart, you got it.
It is yours. Yeah, you got the receipt for it.
Yeah, that's it. Now we got upcoming. We're going to talk about the Southern Gospel Weekend. I was an MC down there for a while. Now I just heard that Mark is going to be doing some MCing. Have you been fired or?
No, you haven't been fired. We're going to let you do some work too, but we had to get Pat to come in and do some too.
I'm just messing with you. I
You've
saw a
just been put on
video.
leave.
We
I
could
just saw
never
this.
fire you.
Well,
We have to pay you before we can fire you.
yeah, I know what you mean. I was working this weekend. I'll be working with the League of Our Own, and I do the MCing for the kids when they step in. And they love to hear their name called over that PA
Oh, goodness,
system.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
And Ginger Monroe's the one that's behind that. And Ginger says, "You MCing for us this year?" And I said, "We got to do contract negotiations." So the long story short is I'm now going to get twice as much as I got last year, plus water and hot dogs.
There
Wow.
you go.
Congratulations.
That means we're going to have to feed him.
Yeah, I'm not even getting that much.
But like Gomer Pyle, you say, "Naut is naut."
That's right. That's
Some
right.
people will understand that.
Sure.
All right, so you did some stuff around here with the Mark Trammell Quartet, and then of course the Dixie Echo. Then what did you do now?
Right now, I actually
Sing,
I came off the road full time. I homeschool. I've got 3 kids, so I homeschool the kids every day, and then I
Leave them at
sing.
the park for 3 or 4
Yeah, I
hours.
leave them at the park for 4 or 5 hours while I run errands. Now, see,
That's
they're
a
gonna
joke, folks.
Now
we're
they're
gonna
not
get
gonna
calls.
understand.
But yeah, I sing with groups here and there, and then I sing in a group called the Second Half Quartet, which also includes Mark Trammell and some of the guys from Greater Vision. I fill in with quartets if they need somebody, and then I MC great events like the Gospel Music Weekend.
Absolutely great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But I got a history. I go back to the tent revival and stuff. Can we get the control room? I want to bring up a little thing there with Mark, just a minute or so, just enough to teach you, let you know what we're talking about. Well, I'm saying with Mark, with Pat, and that's what I said. Mark Trammell. Did he show up?
Pat taught him everything he knows.
Yeah.
Pat Trammell. There you go. Pat Barker's got a little bit of a video we're going to see here in just a second that ask you. She's going to bring it up now. Let's watch a little bit of that, and y'all listen to see what we got.
How big is God? How big and wide is vast domain? To try to tell these lips can only sigh. He's big enough to
There you go. That's Pat Trammell. Pat Barker. I did that on purpose.
I'll change my name to
No,
Pat
it ain't
Trammell if I need
Pat
to.
Barker. You gonna be singing at the?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, I'll be singing at the Southern Gospel Weekend and emceeing, and along with I think 30 other groups. It's going to be an incredible weekend.
They ever get to
You're
fighting?
gonna be there.
They ever get to fighting? Y'all not gonna let me sing?
Who get to fight in the groups?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
No, they might, he might know about it, but they don't normally fight.
Yeah, you had more time on the mic than I did. Give me that mic. Give me
Pat will
that.
give you the scoop on that.
Yeah, I'll give you the background scoop.
Well, I bet you when Pat's MCing, you ain't got any control. So
I don't.
I'll
No.
con him and let me do a little George Jones.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he would probably let you.
Well, we can do He Stopped Loving Her Today for the invitation.
You don't know, he don't know, does he? He said, I'll love you till I die. We could do that, buddy. We could do
Yeah,
that,
that'd be a
George.
good invitation.
There's a few of them he knows very
But I
well.
want, before we get too far, for those that's coming from out of town and watching this on YouTube or ATTU Verse or any of the other places you see it on Facebook, write this number down because it's 256-831-2191. 831-2191. When you get to town, Sleep Inn, they're here in Oxford. It's just a few feet down the road to the Civic Center. So you'll be close to the event. So when you stay here, right?
That's right.
To Sleep In at 831-256-831-2191. That's when that's where everybody'd be staying. Another thing too is probably be some good singing around the hotel there. If I know these folks, they really have fun in what they're doing. We got 30 seconds. I want to get to the part here. We're going to have a portion that this is Veterans Issues. We're going to talk about the veterans being on the veterans portion of the show. Why veterans is watching out there should come out and watch this, and they should come for other reasons too. But we're going to have a special portion for that. So as we go to a break here, come back. We're going to be talking more with Pat and Vonda, and we're going to talk about the Southern Gospel Weekend and another event with Pat where he's going to be singing individually as a single. Be right back. Welcome back to Veterans Issues. We're talking with Vonda Easley and Pat Barker. We're talking about the March the 10th, 11th, and 12th at the Civic Center here in Oxford, the Southern Gospel Weekend. I can't tell you, I can't look in this camera 1 or 2 or 3 and tell you why you should be there. I just tell you, you should be there because I have been, and I wish they had it every week because it is an awesome experience. If you don't like one group, you're going to love the next one. And if you love the next one, you're going to be just knocked out by the other one. You can get their merchandise, you can get to meet them personally, and you find out what it's like. And Pat was talking about being on the road, and man, I spent a lot of my years on the road. What's the longest days you've been out there on the road, Pat?
Not
How many
long.
days?
Mark tried to keep us home pretty often. 14 days was the longest
Yeah.
trip we took, but we were gone normally about 200 days a year.
And you know what that means? That means 18, 19 pairs of underwear. That means 50. Well, no. I don't want to hear what he's about turning them wrong.
Why would
I
you
don't
bring
wanna hear it.
18 pair of underwear on a 14-day trip?
But I've been
you
out
doing?
there. I was out there 18 days with Don Williams, and one of the things was get to the town. It's got a little time to go to the laundromat. You steal pillowcases in the hotels to put their laundry in it, and then mark on it, and you take it to the laundromat. And because 18 days. See, we would change clothes to go out for a sound check. You had to have those clothes.
Right.
Then for the show that night, that's 2 a day. Times 14, that's 28. Unless you do like you said, turn everything wrong side.
Yeah, you turn everything inside out.
I ain't going there. But life on the road is real. ain't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
You had a lot of truck stops.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, and it's changed a lot over the years, too, because
Yeah.
when Walmart allowed you to start parking there, that really changed things. You didn't have to go to the Flying J or the Pilot or whatever.
Yeah.
You could go in and, take your time. Now, you get tired of Walmart after 200 days a year, but it was not so bad. The buses nowadays are fully equipped, and but it's still, to be away from family, to be away from the kids that much, it gets tough.
We left Nashville going to Chicago with T.G. Shepard. He had the bus that Elvis gave him, the old Stamps Quartet bus, the 4104 diesel. is what it
Oh,
was.
yeah.
And the accelerator froze around Louisville. Now the accelerator, the driver's up front, and the rod goes all the way back to the engine, and it froze somewhere in between. So
Oh,
we was
mercy.
at 18 mile an hour all the way to Chicago. It was up there with nearly 3 foot of snow. Nobody could work on the bus, so we came back to Nashville, 18 miles an hour. And they made us get off the interstate and stay at a truck stop for about 12 hours. We didn't like each other very much. We did not.
That 45-foot bus gets very
It
small
does.
on
Smaller
those long
and
trips.
smaller. And there
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
like
boy.
6 of us on there, and it was. You say your space. They didn't
Right.
have any space.
There is no space.
Yeah.
But it's a rough travel out there. You ever have an experience like that? You
I did. I don't know how y'all pulled Mont Eagle going to Nashville, going 18 miles an hour.
Well, we didn't go Mont Eagle.
You went a different
Well,
route.
we left out of Nashville.
I got you.
Yeah.
That'd be hard to do.
Well, we transitioned that mountain. We was already in Louisville before it froze up on us. So we'd already got up in the higher part. So we was basically level ground, but you'd hit them, you go downhill, you get some speed. We're doing 50 mile an hour sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, get you
That-
some speed.
But yeah, we made that. And then it was the one time with Hank Jr. out there, his headlights went out on his bus. But he was behind another bus, and we had to use a shop light, put out there just a regular shop light on his bus.
Wow.
And ride about this far back from behind his other bus to keep from all
Oh,
the way
wow.
back to Terre Haute, Indiana.
That's
It's,
crazy.
Crazy stuff happened down there. Now, I was going to ask you, have the part for the veterans. I'm going to throw this out there to any minds. Matt, why would you have a special event for veterans at your concert?
Oh, gracious. Lots of reasons. First off, we wouldn't be able to do what we do if it wasn't for the veterans, honestly. You can't get up there and talk about God and Jesus and salvation so freely in other places. The reason we can is because of the veterans. And honestly, Scripture says that you're never more like Christ than when you're laying your life down for someone else.
That's
and
right.
Two people
that's
have
what
ever done that.
that's what they've done, is they selflessly lay down their lives every day for someone that they've never known or never met. And so if there's anyone that the Christian community should pay tribute to, it's the
It's
veterans.
the veterans.
But people heard me
absolutely.
on her say it before, is when you raise your right hand going to the military, you write a check to the United States of America.
That's right.
You leave the amount blank, and that can be a leg, an arm, up to include your life.
Absolutely.
And you sign it and you hand it over to the government. Not literally, but figuratively, you are writing a check to your country that you can kill me, you can do whatever. You belong to them. You become a GI, a government issue. You become their,
Right.
they give you a serial number, just like the rifle. And for people that will do that, and I'm a veteran, but I'm prejudiced on that, but there's a special place for people like that will, these young
Absolutely.
men and women over there doing it right now, and I said women, these young women that are losing their lives over there.
Sure.
And they raised a hand, they wrote a check, and for that, if they, I appreciate y'all honoring the, and I'm gonna get the MC that, but these are special people just for that alone. If you get it, and I appreciate
Absolutely.
what y'all said. You agree with what he said?
I agree,
You want
and-
to trump him any?
No, I just want to say that the 10th on Thursday night is the night that we're going to honor them, and of course you'll be there. But we are calling all veterans. We want them all to come and be a part of this. We have a special little gift from us to the veterans, and of course they'll get to enjoy all the music, and they'll get
You
to
gonna
be a
let the
part.
Marines too?
Yeah, we'll let the Marines. We want them to actually. We're going to have them give their name and what branch of military that they served
The
in.
Marines always out in the Army.
Oh,
No,
really?
they won't.
No, they'll
It's
argue
right
with
the other
you.
way around.
They'll argue with you about that.
Yeah, a lot of
So,
Army guys say out of the Marine. You know?
that's right. So if you're a veteran or you know someone, then we want them all there. We
And
want
don't
them to
fall
come.
for that stuff out of Navy SEAL. There ain't many of them, but I hear everybody at Walmart's a Navy SEAL. I just, what'd you do? I'm Navy SEAL. No, let me see here. What I want to do. Who are some of the acts going to be there, Vonda?
The Williamsons will be there. I know you
The
like
who?
the Williamsons.
Yeah. They got a
Surrender.
long little
Surrender.
drive. Who?
Surrender's going to be
Surrender.
there.
They're from Gadsden.
Yeah.
Exodus is going to be
That
there.
X is from Gadsden, ain't they? Yeah.
Yeah, we couldn't
I
get
like them,
Genesis.
No, couldn't get Genesis,
But we
so
got
we went with
Exodus.
Exodus. Yeah, they're very good.
That's so good. I love that line. It's his. I actually stole it, but it's a
Okay.
great line.
But I'll write it down.
Yeah, you
Hope's
can
Journey's
use it.
going to be there.
Who?
Hope's Journey, you know them?
I've heard of them.
Yeah, they're pretty nice
Are they
folks.
out on-
Pat Barker's going to be there.
They on work release that week.
That's
Yeah,
it. They're going to
parole.
let, they're on parole. They're going to let them come out and be a part. A group from LaGrange, Georgia called Higher Hope. They're going to be there. And
yeah, Hope's Journey and Higher Hope.
Higher Hope, a
Don't
whole lot
put
of
'em
hope.
together. Don't put them together.
We might do that. We might put them together. Do you know Tony Shepard?
I do know.
Clear
That
Vision's
little
going to
bitty
be
skinny
there.
guy, but he's
He's
about
so
105
tiny.
pounds.
Yeah, he's going to be
His
there.
leg weighs 105
Don't they call him Tiny? I think they call him Tiny.
They do.
Yeah.
I said, he's like that little one flying through the sky, you know.
Well, the name of their group is Clear Vision
I know that.
Quartet, but
I
he
know.
would say that it's Tony and them, but
There's
it's
another
not.
guy in there. There's a car salesman.
Steve Dover, Leon Bradley.
Leon Bradley.
Yeah.
I hate to say Leon Bradley's name on television, give me all that credit, but Leon and Tony, yeah, I know them too. So they did a good job.
And Jay Peoples is the bass singer.
Okay. We'll
So-
give, I don't know them. I just know them. Other
Yeah,
two.
well, they're
We
gonna
got-
be there.
We got less than a minute, so I said, what have I left out? What do you need to do? If I said I had a thing, tickets.
Yes.
Tickets are free.
The general
Except
admission
for-
tickets are absolutely free. Everybody can come, and we want everybody to come and be a part. We do have some chairs that are right in front of the stage, and we have a VIP
Better tell me to
section.
hurry.
$25 for all 3 days, and just call this number, get a pen,
Get a pen. Get a pen. Here's the number.
256
256
310
3120
310.
3120
No. 256 310.
310.
Yeah.
Touch him, Lord.
7892.
All right,
Touch
we
him,
run
Lord.
over here on time. I appreciate y'all coming on to that.
It was a
Thank you,
pleasure.
I'm
Ken.
gonna look forward to seeing y'all down there
Thanks,
and
sir.
around town. Pat's got, I'm gonna tell you something else about Pat here in a minute when I come back. Gotta go. Gotta come back. Gonna do more of the news you can use. Stay right there. Welcome back to Veterans Issues. I appreciate Vonda and Pat coming and doing the show today. And I forgot to tell you, Pat Barker is going to be down at the First Baptist Church in Oxford, down at Oxford on the 31st of March at 6:30 p.m. It'll be second half of the Trammell Quartet. Him and Mark Trammell going to be there and some other. It's going to be a great night. I hope to come see that on the 31st of March down at the First Baptist Church in downtown Oxford. So put that on your schedule too. Now I told you about the new parking lot in the women's clinic over at the VA hospital in Birmingham, and it's at 2415 7th Avenue. And the reason I do that is people still call me and want to know where the new clinic is and where the parking is. Put it in your GPS, 2415 7th Avenue South. And I said the director's going to be down here on my show in a few weeks, so you got any questions you'd like to ask the VA director from Birmingham, just give me a message, private message me, text me. give me a call. I'll be sure and ask him if they're a tactical question. Now, we broke ground for the Alabama Law Enforcement Memorial last week, and we had a great turnout. Attorney General Strange was there. U.S. Attorney Joyce Vance was there. We had a great crowd, and we now have the location, and it's under construction, the Alabama Law Enforcement Memorial. We got about 530-something names to put on there to start with. That's way too many. These died in the line of duty. So if you get a chance to buy that law enforcement tag, that's the way we build in this wall. With the revenue from that tag is give us the money to do the $40,000 to build that wall. So, and just remember this, folks. This is something we were talking about. Why veterans? Right now, today, before you lay your head down tonight, 22 veterans will have taken their own life. We're losing 22 veterans every day, 7 days a week. There's a lot of reasons for that. As a community, we can help, but we've got to take this seriously. 22 veterans a day, just because they face the end of the wall and they can't go any further, and that's just too many to go by. I wish I had the number on it. There's a bill introduced today by Representative Klaus down in Dothan area, and the bill will take our Veterans Assistance Funds and use it as collateral to build prisons, which means if they don't make it, they'll take our, it's just like you pawn your car, they'll take your car. So I'm going to be talking to you a lot about that, but if you know Representative Klaus down in Dothan, Alabama, Wiregrass area, or Senator Pittman down in the Mobile area, you see this on the show, call and tell them to drop that legislation. Do not use the veterans as a pawn to get money to build a prison. If that's what they're going to do. If we lose that, we lose the money to take care of our veterans' homes and those 450,000 veterans we got in the state of Alabama. So my job is to make sure that we take care of those, and I do everything I can to do that. But we've got to stop the legislation from attacking our funds. And our local delegation, K.L. Brown, Dale Marsh, Randy Wood, Barbara Boyd, Steve Hurst, all of y'all have got to protect those funds. That's the way we take care of Alabama veterans. They've earned it. They get nothing for free. This week's salute, let's see, who am I going to salute this week? I got to do the man that made it possible for us to do this memorial up there. That tag he designed, the law enforcement tag, great deal for us to do that, and that was Bill Partridge, the police chief of Oxford. Bill designed that tag, and we raised the funds off of the back of that. And so this week, this salute goes out to you, Bill Partridge. We'll see you next week here on Veterans Issues. Salute.